Check, check. There we go. That's not too bad. All right. Switch the camera. I need a drill bit. Drill bit to go with my round file. Let's see. Ooh, that might be right. Let me go a little bigger. Yeah, it's perfect. All right. Alrighty, here we go. Gloves. Okay. There's Twitch beeping at me. Okay, there we go. We're good. Everything looks right. Let's start it up. that so far. So, drill these holes out. And get some cutting oil. Or some kind of oil. What do I got? Lithium. Let's use WD. It'll be fine. Come on, just a little bit. Oh, you know what? I should probably use the awl first. That would help. All these little punch awls. So, let's see. I could still take some more out of this. It can go down a little bit. Let's take that down a tad. Let's see, I need to do this in the light a little bit better here. Oh, camera, you are really not going to cooperate with me, are you? Okay. Alright, I need a hammer. Kind of forgot to bring a hammer. Okay. Switch this over right quick. Alright. Marker tool. This thing really ain't scribing much of a line at all, is it? Okay. I got some scribes in there. Just a little hard to see. Okay. Hammer. Okay. All right. Wow. I think I'm going to have to pilot hole through these first. Split point on that is a little too wide to make it through. So we'll use a little guy first. How about this one? Oh, okay. Wonder why these don't really feel like cutting through here. This ain't hardened. I know this stuff ain't hardened. It's going to take me a month of Sundays to get through this thing. A piece of wood I can do this one? Oh yeah, a piece of wood right here. Come on, baby. You sneezing. There's one. Oh, jeez. Maybe I need a heavier oil. I guess that's going to be the case. Fine, heavier oil we go. the hell is going on? This thing does not want to cut anything. Wow. Man. These drill bits suck. Alright. Where's my 3/8 bit? Maybe it's still in the drill press. I've got a better 3/8 bit over here that I usually use for drilling handles. So I'll use that. If I can find the damn thing. Here it is. Let's try this one. This is supposed to be better for this. I think those bits are just no good for metal. Okay. Wipe this all off. Two more. Getting there. Glad I just remembered to do this before I quenched this time. And I still got to chase this through with the bigger bit. It better be easier. Oh, there she goes. Okay, one more. Okay, there we go. 4 holes. That's simple enough. Now I just got to make 4 larger holes. fucker. That really wants to catch. Okay. A little more cutting fluid here. Okay, one more hole left. There we go. Okay, if you are out there and you feel like chatting, don't be afraid to drop me a line. If you're curious what in the world I'm doing, don't be afraid to ask any questions. Now the grinder's off though, I'll put the audio back to normal. Couple drop frames. Not happy about that. We'll figure it out. Alright, hold that nice and tight. Wow, am I sure I didn't harden this shit? Oh man. This is gonna be fun. should put the handle on this thing. That could help. I think I have a handle sized for this. Maybe? Not that one. Must be for the big boys. How about this one? Ah, it will work nicely. Well, I don't know if this was my most brilliant idea ever. I thought this would come out really cool. The only problem is, I didn't think this was going to be so damn difficult to do. Maybe if I... Ooh, that's hot. Maybe if I put it down closer here, I'll get less racket. I'll spray it up a little bit. Keep this thing cool. How the hell am I going to do this? Has to be a better way. Oh well, so be it. It's the only way to do it. Work out on the hands though. Close my thing. God damn it. Oh. Let me see if my wife can grab me one. Babe, if you get a chance, can you grab me a drink, please? What? Tea, please. Let me take my earplugs out because I'm not grinding at the moment. Thanks. Yeah, I drilled the holes in the back and now I'm trying to file it between, and it's labor intensive. Okay. It's a good word for it. I've gone a quarter of an inch. I've got an inch to go. And I feel like I want to die. I'm going to try not to. I just said I feel like I want to. I wish this was brass. Killer on my hands. God damn. Must have been a temporary hiccup at one point. Frame drops are not showing up anymore, which is good. Oh, I got him like halfway there. How long have I been doing this? Like 3 hours? Holy shit. I gotta put a glove on this other hand. This thing's digging into me. It's brutal. I wonder if I put this in the drill press, if it would still work. Like, would it work spinning? It doesn't look like the teeth would really grab. Nah. Oh, if I had something that just mount this thing in a jigsaw or something. Christ. Another quarter of an inch. Good God. Filing is not the easiest thing. God damn. Oh. Why is this starting to really bind up? Oh. God, my hands need a break. That's all I can do with that. Jesus. Gripping and my pinky is like, feels like it's going to explode. break through. Okay, now I need a flat file. Those I have. I have plenty. Let's see. I know this one's... Wait, which one's my sharp one? That one's too big. Well, we can go find out. That's rusty as shit. Alright, well... 1 out of 3 have got to be good. Playing the odds, right? Okay. Let's try the first one. Not doing half bad, but ain't doing half good either. That looks dull as shit. This one's got a lot of filings on it. That might be a good sign. It seems to be moving some metal. Also seems to be moving the project. Let's get some work done. Oh, okay. Let me... Let's move this over to the other side. Oh, that's hot. This should keep it from rotating. This file's much better for the flat inside parts, but... Okay. Ooh, wow. That actually got done work in a hurry here. Okay, that's the file for the job there. That's what we were looking for, so we opened up the back part here. And now I gotta do it again. Do it on the lower section or upper section. Got to do all this before I heat treat the damn thing. I can still touch this up, but I got to use this damn round file. Put it on this side here. A little higher. Maybe about there ought to do it. Oh, that's the file. All this for a silly little what the hell project. Oh. This thing better turn out pretty good after all this. Okay, and that's how you wear your arm out. It's moving though. This sound is incredible. And there goes the handle. God damn it. Where's my hammer? My wife's probably up there. She thinks I'm fucking insane, probably. And I wouldn't blame her. There we go. That's a little better. I wish I could show this more on camera, but my vise is all the way the hell over here, so I'm not moving my vise. frame drops. Okay, 158. Still good. That's what I was hoping. Just a hiccup earlier. There's like no way to really... One-handed doesn't get the work done. You gotta put pressure on it. Ooh, it's getting hot. Cool that off. Okay. Throw a little thread oil in here, maybe. Fuck. Come on, stop jamming. Maybe 1/4 of an inch left. Maybe. Eighth of an inch left, maybe. Come on, just stop binding. Oh, it's just right there now. About to break through. Good. Oh, damn. flat file. Maybe you can finish this off. Squeak. It's not any better on my end, trust me, folks. I apologize, but I should be done shortly. Here we go. I'm going to call it good because I'm sweating. I don't sweat this much when I freaking hammer. Okay, here we go. It's got holes, just like I wanted. Yeah. Go put this back before I spill it, because I'm extremely good at spilling thread oil for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I put it in this tiny little shot glass. Okay. Well, that was fun. Now, what? Grind a bevel, maybe? You can grind bevels. This thing's pretty flat, but it needs to be heat treated. Should I heat treat then grind the bevels? I think that would be a good idea. Because then I can just grind the bevels in. Yeah. I think I can just do that up here. Yeah. I think I'll just do that. So, heat treat. Okay. I'm going to leave this here. I may need it. Well, no, I won't need it because it's going to be heat treated, so it won't matter. I won't be able to file it after this anyway. Do the math. Okay. Up into the file cabinet. Alright, let's fire this sucker up. Oh, my hands are so sore. Oh. Alright. Gonna need some gloves because this one's gonna get hot. Really only want to get the blade of this bad boy, so not a lot to heat up. This is nice. Nice and quick. Okay, let it thermocycle down a little bit. I don't want to have to run too far with it. All right. Oh, hey there. Doing all right. It's just about quench time, actually. So about to quench this little guy. So you tuned in at just the right time. So I'm going to quench this puppy up, and then do some more of the finish grinding. It's just a little pocket knife. So yeah, oh yeah, exactly. This is the time everybody loves. This is when the fire happens. This is the best time. Are you kidding? Doesn't get any better than the quench. You missed the hour of hand filing. Trust me, you tuned in at a real good time. Nah, good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's been rather quiet on Twitch lately, so I'm hoping to build it back up. Man, I got that in there quick. No fire. I know it was hot enough. Stay dead straight. Yeah. Just a little guy. I'll show you what it looks like when I bring it out. Just doing a little pocket knife. I'm gonna take. I put 2 holes in the little handle, 2 long holes, which was the hand filing that I just mentioned. And I'm just gonna run paracord through them and kind of loop it around. So I'm pretty much ready to do that now. Once this thing cools off just a little bit more, I'm going to give it the file test. And if the file test is good, this baby's going to get finish ground. So, and now that we got that, finish grinding shouldn't take terribly long at all. Okay, this is probably pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's glass hard. Perfect. Oh, she is. That thing is saving me so much time and energy. It just, you know, I love doing this stuff, and I enjoy the time I spend down here. Like I do. It's a great time down here. You know, everything I do is enjoyable down here. But standing over a grinder for 4 hours, 5 hours to feel like I'm making almost no progress is it dampens your spirit a little bit. That's the easiest way to put it. You know, you don't want to just sit there doing what feels like nothing. And this guy, oh god damn it. Well, it's good temper at least. But you don't want to just, you know, sit there getting nothing done. Sorry, I keep yelling over this machine. It's really not that bad. But yeah, it's just, it felt like I was getting nothing done. So I love doing the work, but now things are getting done. This little guy, within 2 hours, so I hammered it out in 1 hour and then ground it to basic shape in another hour. So I basically ground it to the shape that it is now in just an hour. So, and I'll show it to you. It should be cold enough. Should be cooled off. So, not really. Let me get her in the water the rest of the way here. Cool it off. Still a little toasty, especially in the handle. But so there we go. So that's what we're looking at. The black blade on my dirty gloves. So let's see if I can bring it up here. Let's see, is it that hot? Oh no, it's good now. So here we go. That's what she looks like. I'm gonna put a, like I said, I'm gonna wrap paracord through the holes. That's kind of what I'm doing with that. Thank you. It's my first shot at something like this, so I'm kind of just winging it. This was just like, hey, what can you do with a little extra piece of metal that you got? So that's what I did. I was like, cool. And it came out okay. You know, the hand filing was not fun. It never is. If you like hand filing, you're a real masochist. I'm just going to say that right out. Hand filing, especially steel, is not fun. Put the Phoenix back for now. It's just exhausting. I mean, brass is fine because brass is soft and it, you know, you feel like you can go through that in a minute. But hand filing the steel is just a damn nightmare. So I drilled the holes out at the top and bottom of where I was going. So the top and bottom of that is, you know, was holes drilled. So I drilled 4 holes, but then I had to connect it with a rat tail file. So that was not fun. That was the sucky part. All right, let's try cleaning this off a little bit. So it's not going to gum up my blades as bad. But yeah, I've been trying to stream a little bit more regularly now. I think with the new grinder, I'll be probably trying to do so, and really, you know, try to bring you guys more content, more finished stuff. I did just finish a blade last week. I finished a really nice chef's knife. So a little busy over the weekend, but now, you know, now I'm back and I'm ready to kick some butt. So there we go. So I'm going to switch the camera over because now we got a cool grinding camera like that. Now you can see it get ground up. Look at this, man. High quality. So I want to grind the sides flat first. Make sure they're all good and flat. I got a nice big fat magnet for that. We call this the bitchin' magnet because it is bitchin'. This is 36 grit. This is some angry, ooh, Jesus. This is some angry stuff, but with this magnet I can get I'll get a nice flat grind in probably 2 seconds. So it's actually, you know, the magnet's going through the blade into the thing. Yeah, you know, I do like wearing the gloves for this at some points, but I think while I'm using the magnet, I'm not too worried about it. You may have to watch your volume a little bit. I'm going to drop the audio down because once I turn this thing on, it does get a tad loud, but I am going to try to drop it. I've been working on trying to balance this thing to figure out how to keep me audible and keep me in good shape and not pick up that. So, no, this won't. This thing's hard to pull off. There's some effort going into this, and I can barely take it off. So, but the beauty part is it goes down, so it spins this way. So if it goes down, it's going down into this tub of water or into the floor instead of going up and, I don't know, into my face. So, oh, cool. And the internet had a little hiccup. Sorry about that. Don't know what's going on. Just a little hiccup. The internet had a little burp. That's fine. So hopefully the audio is not too loud. I'm going to see what happens once I turn it on here. I dropped it, but we'll see. Yeah, take it down a little bit more. And that should be good. So just like that. Oh, here we go. Why don't I show it to the close camera? Sorry, I'm trying to get the bearings for this thing here. There we go. Okay. So it doesn't work that fast. So I'm very much a fan. It's also so thin that it's sticking itself right onto the belt. That's a little weird. Okay. Now we'll flip this thing over. Hot. Oh, God damn, it's hard to get this thing off of here. Pull it off a little bit. It's like, the magnet's so strong, it's, once you put it on here, it's on. I'm not worried about it going anywhere, to be totally honest with you. It stays. And this thing's nice and flat, so I can actually see where the low spots are. So as you can see, I'm terrible at this. Okay, there we go, and now I'll go this way. You can see that low spot there. So I need to grind that little low spot out. May have been a little bit of a bow from the heat treat. So I'm going to grind that out. This thing is kind of catching sparks, though. I don't know if I like that. Not so much. It doesn't really look like it. So by looking at the tip, I don't really see much of a worry. It doesn't look like it's that close to doing that, so I'm not worried. The magnet sticking itself to the platen is a little weird. Yeah, well, it would be, but I mean, this thing's really pretty flat, so as long as your tip is reasonable, I don't think you should have too much of a problem. As long as your tip isn't like curved in too bad. There we go. So, let's see if I can do this right. That way, that way. So there we go. So now we got a nice, trying to get the light to kind of go through it. There we go. Now I got a nice flat surface. The stuff here I'm not worried about because that's going to come off when I bevel it. Hot. Okay, to the other side. Catching all the sparks in there. So the handle's flat, so I'm done pretty much grinding with that. I'm going to stick this over here. Now, yeah, the grain's really pretty nice. God, I suck at this right now. There we go. The grain's pretty nice. I think I did a pretty good job heat treating, so now I'm just going to try to throw a nice bevel on it. I'm waiting for my bevel jig. Unfortunately, it's coming from overseas right now, which means God knows when I'll see it with all this crap going on. But not much of a concern. So I'm going to try to not be in the camera, but I'm going to set the bevel here and bombard myself with sparks. Start getting a little bevel in there. I'm doing this freehand and without a jig, so it ain't going to be perfect. But then again, handmade products aren't perfect. They're handmade. That's what makes them beautiful, right? Well, this little bit of spark, I do have a leather apron on. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the leather apron should help me from burning up. People ask me, do I smoke? Only when set on fire. It's such a dumb joke, but whatever. Hot. I'm trying to do this while keeping my big dumb head out of the way of the cameras too. Hey, no worries. I'll be right here. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere until this is done. At least since the camera is not on where I'm grinding right now, at least you guys can get some kind of show. I gotta take some of this off here. Actually, that camera angle is pretty entertaining, really, as I look at it while I'm grinding like a dummy. You know, why should I look at my work? This way. There we go. Got a little ways to go before. Hot. I got a little ways to go before it gets to edge. So I'm gonna try to get there. Which side do I want to take more off of? This side. I think I may want to extend one of the hot lights over here to give myself more light. They're kind of tightened and wired up right now, but I think I may have to adjust that so I have some more light. I think that will help me greatly. I'm doing this with like almost no effort on the belt too. That's the really fun part of all this. I'm doing like no effort. Gotta keep this sucker cool. Getting there. Back to this side. The only problem is this thing's high carbon, so try not to keep it in water. I'm going to acid etch it anyway. To increase its survivability. Stop touching the belt, idiot. I guess this does look pretty funny as I'm just getting belted with sparks. Well, this is fun for you guys anyway. Okay, there we go, like that. So I'm just going to flatten the sides up. Square up these grinds a little bit more. Stick this on here. God damn, I am not worried about this thing coming off. Not at all. Cool. Hot. Okay, flip it over one more time. Cool. All right. Ow. Okay, there we go. Wipe it down a little bit. It's not a bad little toy. Okay. Let's move on to the 80. Oh, excuse me. Jesus. All right. Bring down the belts. This is the easiest place to do this. Should have worked in the kilt today. That way. Okay, cool. Where's my phone? Oh, okay. Apparently all my friends on Facebook are liking my video, but none of them have checked in to say hi. If you're out there watching on Facebook, don't forget to say hello, folks. Let me know you're out there. You know I love hearing from you. Okay. Oh, God, that's terrible. And I'll do the flat part. Now, the thinner this gets, the harder it is to pull off the magnet. At least my quench water is still nice and cold. God. Jesus. Okay. Give it an edge a little bit. Oops, sorry, heading to the camera again. The camera's quite literally just right at the brim of my hat, so I bump into it quite a lot. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be a good little piece. I'm pretty happy with this little guy. If I can turn it the right way to show you. Oh my god, I suck at this. Okay, here we go. Ah, so much roll. Ah, crap. I knew I forgot something. Well, actually, I'm on 80. I can still do it. I forgot to clean up the back and such. All the spine and all that stuff. I forgot to clean that up. I think I remember now, anyway. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this. I need a drink, though. I'm gonna get a drink. I don't know if someone's gonna buy this little guy, but I hope they do. It's not gonna be anything special, but it'll be cool. Knock some of the sparks off me. Oh, that hits the spot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Come on, out of there. It's nice not having to use the 80s for too much. Makes them last really long. All right, 120. center. Track this. Nice and centered. Bring this. Ooh, that's not centered. That's not centered at all. That's more centered. Okay, now we're in business. That. Come on. Just a little slide. There we go. All right. Actually, you know, I should be able to magnet this without even worrying about it. Oh, I need to go get something. Because I'm going to acid etch this. I need to dunk it in the acid, and I don't want my fingers going in there, but I think I want to dunk the whole damn thing. And I've got, here they are. I don't know which I should dunk in here, aluminum or copper. Probably going to be whichever one fits better through here. Aluminum it is. Okay, cool. Whoop. We are at 120 grit, which I just did. I just did 80. So let's see if I can get this right here. Okay, boom. Now we're going to slide this to the right direction. Show it off in the light. So we did the 80, so the 120 is coming up now. I was just doing some pondering. So once I'm done with this part and I get it to a general grit that I want, I'm going to acid etch it to etch it black so it's protected from rust, and then I'll do the final sharpening, because I don't know if I should take the whole blade to like a super high grit. I think I'll just see as I go here where I really want to take it to, because I don't want to take it all down to like, you know, a crazy grit. Like, I don't want the whole thing having a mirror polish. Nobody really likes a super polished knife, but I mean, the finish of it now is actually, come on, this way, there we go. The finish of it now is actually pretty good. So if I can get the thing to focus. I don't know, I don't want it too glossy. Yeah, it's actually pretty good at the 120, but I don't know how it's going to take the etch. So I'll have to see. So I'll do 120. I only did 80. I'll hit it with the 120. I'll get it nice and cleaned up at 120. I've got to actually get a piece of 120. What do I got here? I actually, I have to hand sand the back edges, because these edges are sharp. They're like perfect 90s, and they're sharp. So I need to kind of bevel this fucker a little bit. And I'm a little afraid of doing it on this thing. In fact, I'm very afraid of doing it on this thing. Well, I'm not even gonna lie about it. I am terribly afraid of trying to just do a little touch up on the edge of these things on this grinder, because this grinder is just gonna go like, nah. Well, I mean, I wanna hit them and take them, because if they're too much, I gotta sand them down. They don't feel right. They don't feel right in the hand. It's just it just doesn't feel good. You gotta just kick the corner off. But if I tried to do that on here, this thing would probably just be like, yeah, you got 45s now, sucker. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't feel great in the hand. So I'm just trying to knock them off. Just trying to make it like I kind of know what I'm doing, but but if anybody else is out there, please feel free to drop a line in the chat, guys. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you're enjoying. If you have any questions about what in the world I'm doing right now, ask away. know this is a weird looking project if you have no idea what I'm doing, so this might be a weird looking one. Coming out pretty decent, but it's still weird looking. Actually, the 90s did hurt. If you were around for the 90s, 90s were painful. There we go. So hopefully you're enjoying Twitch. For everybody else out there, I'm doing a little pocket blade. Just something of my own little design. I'm going to wrap paracord around the handle here. So that's why these holes are here. I'm just going to do kind of a through and back wrap kind of thing. And I don't know, just sort of, experimenting with it. But yeah, it's basically what it is and what it's going to be. So I'm going to hit it with the 120 now. And just keep taking it down in grit. Now I have to stick it on what we call affectionately the bitchin' magnet because, well, it's bitchin'. It's super strong. When I first bought it, I was a little worried about whether or not things would stick to it and it would come flying off while I'm using my grinder and I would get hurt and blah, blah, blah. No, that worry is totally alleviated because apparently when you get a blade down to this thin, something really weird happens. It magnetizes itself through the blade onto the flat platen, making it make sure that nothing is getting separated from anything else. So it sticks itself right onto the platen, so it's like it's hands-free work. It just does itself. Isn't that amazing? I actually wonder if I could do that and let it use the rest. No, I'm not that crazy, but it does. It just sticks itself right onto this thing. So that's kind of interesting. I have to keep it really low here. So I apologize, guys. Do check your volume. It is a little loud. Just be careful. I'm trying to get the mixing right, but just knock your volume down just a hair. This is really weird because it sticks. It's so strange. Woo, hello, that's hot. Wow, that's really hot. Okay. That got really hot really fast. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe I should get my thumb in the water too. Woo. Wow. That was all of 3 seconds on there. Holy shit. Not going to make that mistake twice. It's not bad. Okay. And how am I coming across? Because I have been messing with it over the last couple days. I'm trying to get it right because I don't want to be drowned out over this thing. I mean, I know it's a little bit of a thing, so, but it's a 3 horsepower, 220 volt monster. So, there's going to be some, there's going to be some noise. I apologize, but to get work done as fast as this thing is getting work done, I'll take it, compared to the half horsepower little tiny toy that I had before, Oh, yeah, my thumb's hurting now. Oh, that hurt. That was not the smartest thing I've done today. Well, I mean, I can always, if it's not that bad, I can bring it up just a hair. I can bring it up a little bit. I just worry about maxing out the, grinder too much. So if it's not too bad, then I'll bring it up a little bit. I appreciate the feedback, though. Thank you, really. It helps me because I can't hear it. Yeah, you do. I just didn't think it would happen that fast. I was really only on there for 2 seconds, and it was like, hey, guess what? But it is getting, let me see, this way, it's getting a very nice finish even just on the 120. So, and now I can do the bevels a little bit more after I soak it in the damn water for a little while. Oh, yo, General, how are you? Yeah, this thing's a lifesaver, let me tell you. That's putting it lightly. This is the affectionately called bitchin' magnet. That is what we call it now here, because it is exactly that. It is bitchin'. I don't think they still use that phrase, but I do. I don't care. I grew up in the 90s. Things were bitchin' back in my day. Yeah, whatever. I'm old. You're only as old as you feel, though, right? Isn't that the saying? You're only as old as you feel. Depends how long I'm down here. I feel a lot older. Well, no, I was born in 1982, so I lived through the 90s. I experienced them because they were definitely an experience. I mean, not much like good stuff came out of the 90s. It's like there's no cars that people say like, oh man, that 93 Sentra, it's so amazing. No, 90s cars are just used junkers. You get a 60s or 70s, you're like, yeah, that's a great car, or that's a good era. There's nothing that great came out of the 90s. It wasn't like, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it a bit, but I don't know. No, oh, come on, Gio, give me a break. Do I look that old? Comments like that will bring down the band hammer. That's not nice. '40s. That's not nice. I'm only 37. I'll be 38 in a few days, actually. But, so here we go. Here's what we got going on. God, I suck at this. Oh, shit. Start back up. I keep forgetting to do the edges, the backs, the back and inside and stuff. I got to keep that clean. Oh, well, I've always been told I was an old soul, so I think that may have something to do with it. A lot of people say that about me. They're like, "You're an old soul." I'm like, okay, thank you. So I kind of get used to that. That's kind of just my thing, I guess. Kind of a Renaissance man. And, well, I try to take care of myself. I mean, I'm 140 pounds, 5'10". And I still play baseball. Our season starts up, what? First Sunday of April? So our season starts up the first Sunday of April. And I'm our starting pitcher. Not bad for, you know, almost, well, going to be 38 by the time the season starts. So, I'm pretty proud of that. That I can keep myself in that kind of shape. Oh yeah, my thumb does not feel good. I get in the water a little bit. Probably should have got it in the water a little faster. If I was half smart. Yeah, everything was bitching back then. Yeah. So how you doing, General? I hope you're doing well as well. Are you still there, by the way? Because I do have a surprise. Or badass. Yeah. Because I do have something on order, General, that you'll be very happy to hear. I ordered. I know you had mentioned it. I'll give you a guess what I might be talking about. Oh man, my fucking thumb hurts. Oh, and Gio, what do you think of the camera setup here with the grinding setup? What do you think? With the rig the way it is, do you think it's... I mean, this way you can see the grinding and the... and a little bit of me down here in the corner, down here. I mean, I don't know how the setup really is as far as what other people might think, but I'm trying to put it together with what I got, kind of make it work. Oh man, my thumb hurts. It's definitely swelling up. Well, yeah, the problem is though, this guy here is only 720. So, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should do this. Throw this here. That's not too bad. I can live with that. Yeah, well, the problem is I don't want to... I mean, this is kind of secondary while I'm grinding. What's going on, The big camera... I'll move my mouse around like you can see it. Like, this camera here, with me, is kind of non-essential while I'm grinding, I feel. I feel that the important stuff is happening here. This is what people are going to want to see while I'm grinding. They're going to want to see grinding happen, but this camera and its mounting job is not really great per se, and I'm really struggling to figure a good way to mount it better, but it's actually just right now it's a tripod taped to a rafter. So it's about as low tech as you can humanly get. Oh, God damn it. Magnet protector just stuck on the magnet. All right. I mean, I have it switchable, but this is the important part. Everybody wants to see this right now, but I think dropping that down there is actually going to help. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. There we go. Stick that there. This is coming out pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with it. This is the 220 now, so I'll see how the finish looks on the 220 if I want to keep going. Because really the only thing I'm going to have to keep going with is the edge, because I am going to black it. Wait, that song came out in the 90s? Who thought? Some good music came out in the 90s. Wasn't as good as 80s hair, though. I mean, come on now. Oh my God, this is, okay, this is a little rambunctious. Ugh. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Jesus. Okay, so this magnet is not great when you start to thin this thing down. I hope I didn't just ruin a 220 belt. It's got a cloth back. It seems to be okay. Let's try to spin it and see what happens. So I can't really take it any closer because the magnet seems to be just jamming on there. So let's run it around a little bit. Nope. Okay. That belt's shot. Yeah, so much for that. It won't even tension. Come on, slow down. You too. Let's try one more time. Okay, come on, track. Let's see. It's tracking fine right now. The arrows are in the right direction. I should just hand run it for a little while, try to flatten it out, push some extra tension in. Not really. Guides would destroy the edge of the belt. It's the belt. The rolls kind of have, they're kind of like this a little bit on some of the rollers, so that keeps it centered. And if the belt gets funky, you know, I'm assuming it's just going to do something like this. So, sorry, I did it again. I'm smacking my head into the damn thing. So it's tracking nice, like it's tracking right in the middle, which is where it should be. But when the tension of the belt is weird, apparently, it just runs off. So I'm going to give it one more shot, and if it pops off again, I'll go to the other 220. There we go. And now I have an extra piece of sandpaper. Okay. Okay, it's locked up. Slow that down. All right, let's try this one more time. Oh, now we're gonna twist in circles, huh? Oh, yeah, this is what I want right now. Yeah, who'd have thought the magnet that was saving me all kinds of trouble ends up being the thing that's going to cause me some trouble now. Okay, now I'm fucking pissed. Yeah, I'm using it right now. This is my second 220 belt. That's why I said now I'm pissed. Because this belt was brand new. And for some reason, it wants to turn itself into a goddamn Mobius strip. Okay, Jess, calm down. Because this is not fucking funny right here. See, here's the problem. It just kicked off the second 220 belt. So my concern now is, why is it kicking off both belts? You follow? And I think because it fell in the freaking water, now it wants to twist itself all up. So that's why I'm pissed. Like, it shouldn't be throwing these belts off. No, we are not doing this right now. This machine's about one more of these away from dismantlement. And it's super weird because it's tracking just fine. Yeah, that's pretty much how I'm feeling right now. Did I bump this thing again? Probably. What the hell did I do? It was like all the way back here. This thing's coming loose as hell. Okay, think. Why is it doing that? Everything's tight here. Everything's tight here. Let me readjust. Let me readjust this. So, bring this out. Bring it back just a little bit. Lock it in. Bring this up. I'm one attempt away from calling the company who sold me this piece of junk out in California. Because I'm not getting this far, getting to 220 and having to stop because of this kind of crap. So I have no idea why this thing is wanting to come off here. No idea. But everything's pretty adjusted. Yeah, that was fun. But it's cloth backed. That's the thing. This is the, oh shit, now I'm on backwards. Okay, now I have to take it off again. Because after all this, now I just put it on backwards. I know it was on right last time, though. The other 6 times. Yeah, keep twisting. You're going to be sanding block base real soon. Okay. Tighten that. Tighten this. Everything else is solid rock tight, the way it should be. I'm hoping, check this thing. Make sure nothing knocked this out of alignment. No, this is square. Pretty damn square. Okay, we're going to try this one more time, and I'm hoping that this edge here, if it tries to hop off, will hold it here. I'm just hoping is there something I'm not seeing that's making it, it seems like it wants to come off right here. Plate seems fine. Everything seems okay. It seems like it's popping right here. Like that's where it seems to be hanging up is right here. So, but it's centered. Nothing else. I could put it a little bit to the other side. Go the other way. It's like dead centered on there. It only seems to be when it starts up. Now, this isn't the first time this had happened. It seems like a fluke thing that when it starts to get up to speed, it has kicked belts off. And I don't know why. So I have a feeling that's going to be a phone call to these guys. So let's try this again. Now that me and it have cooled down. All right, fine. Magnet is out. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, though. I just can't do a vertical hold on here now. Unless, let me try something. I'll use the magnet, but I'll use it on the top section here. It gives me a pretty good grind. Dunk in water, then remove, idiot. Okay. And then we go up top again. Okay, I think it's about where I'm going to go. I'm going to do the bevels to 220, and then I'm going to take the edge down to 5,000. Okay, here we go. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to wipe it clean. I'm going to acid etch it. And then once it's nice and clean, we do the acid etch. And then I'll just, after that, I'll just do the edges. Oh, I forgot to do, damn it, I forgot to do the sides again. There it goes, see? Yeah, I'm calling the company for sure. Because this ain't gonna fly. This shit ain't gonna fly. Yeah, if I tried to get my money back, then I wouldn't have a grinder. And there's no way I'm shipping this piece of shit out to California, so they need to figure it out and tell me what the hell's wrong with it and make it right. Oh, fuck you. Piece of shit. I need to hit something with a fucking hammer, like right now. And it's gonna be those guys' fucking skulls, is what it's gonna be. I can't square things up any better. All these are perfectly fine. I don't know that it can't be slipping off the bearings. Oh, am I not livid enough yet? Let me try one more thing. Let me try one more little thing. I don't know if I seem livid enough. I thought I seemed pretty angry so far. But I'm trying to keep it somewhat under control, seeing as I am streaming right now. But every man has his breaking point. You all keep tuning in, you might see it. Nope. It's the middle one, of course. Sorry, heading away again. Come on. There we go. I'm going to try to do a minor adjustment on the platen. To knock it back maybe just a hair. Actually, let me take the belt off for this. Straight. I need a straight edge. Oh, here's a good ruler. that. I wonder how many times I'm going to hit this goddamn camera. So I'm moving the platen back a little bit. We'll see if that helps at all. Yeah, I'm trying to keep myself cool as most as I can right now. Because again, I am on stream. I'm trying to be okay. But it always seems to be something. I can't just have nice things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the big boy back on. Actually, I'm going to put the crappy big boy back on. The Junkie 36. God. Okay, goes that way. Okay, so as far as setup, this is what they say. You take this thing, okay? Bring it. That's nice and tight. Okay. Bring this out. Okay. So you bring this out like that, and then you push it back a bit. You bring it out and let it go back a little bit. And lock it in place. Their setup instructions are very vague. So then bring it up like that. Now, it needs to track. Go the other way. Bring it back in. Okay, that seems like it's sitting very nicely in the middle of everything. Again, it's hard for you guys to see, but it's sitting in the middle up here. It's sitting in the middle here. Everything seems to be right. So, if I start this thing, this should just stay in the middle. Little twitch, but that's what it seems to do. It twitches and it pulls it to the side. So what else could be loose? What else can be possibly loose? This thing. Let's tighten this down. That's tightened. Well, those are tight. Bearings are tight. Yep, they're tight. Let's check this other bearing. Make sure there's no play. They made things with like 70 sizes of Allen keys too, by the way, which is awesome, I just want to say. Make sure you use, whenever you build a project, make sure you use as many different size Allen keys for all your different screws. I mean, everything's tight. Everything's perfectly tight. Everything's fine where it is. There's something going on somewhere that I don't know about. Like when this motor fires up, it pulls it to the side. So there's got to be something. I don't know. Once it gets going, it's fine. It just doesn't make it to that, level. Like, should I find something to put here to keep this thing locked in when I do this? Like, find a 2-inch piece of something that just holds right here whenever I start this thing to keep it from going anywhere. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the cases are a pain in the ass, but if I don't have the case, these are going to be all over the shop. So that's why I use them. The cases suck, but I just hate the fact that people, you make a project, so you got a key here and a key here on this tool, and one up here, one in the back on this back drive wheel, if you can see me in the little video. There's one up here on this adjustment wheel, and then those are all one big size. You got one here to tighten up the arm thing. That tightens that up. Well, then there's two here to adjust the arm, to make the arm tilt and all that happy horse shit. That's a different size. The ones down here to adjust the plate, they're a different size. There's 3 different sizes just here on this one tool. So that's a nightmare. Whatever. Sorry, I'm venting now. I apologize. I gotta cool off a little bit. All right. So the 36 is working. We see that, obviously. So we're gonna go back to the 220. Apparently, I got the sizing right. So the sizing seems fine. So let's put you down. Okay. Let's try this 220 here. Okay. Because I'm a glutton for punishment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that ruler next to it. I'm going to hold that ruler nice and tight right next to the thing. And we're going to do this the same way here. We're going to take this, okay? We're going to loosen this up. We're going to pull it out. And then give it just a little bit back. Tighten it up. And then this one we loosen it. We loosen it up. And then we make sure that it's tracking. Right in the middle. There, that's dead center. Right in the middle of that thing. Perfect. Maybe even go a little bit more to the right. It's pretty damn centered. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Tighten this up. Well, I'm cool. I'll be all right. Let's see. So I'm going to put this right here to keep this sucker from taking off here. Yeah, see, did you see it try to bump? I know you saw it. You saw it try to run away, right? Problem is now I'm way off the platen. Well, I'm telling you, this thing is really, really trying my patience right now. So, but the 220 is done. I don't like how far the platen is from the belt. Now that might just be because this belt. Well, it just gave it a little tap. It seems to do that with every single one. So this belt, I feel like I got a mile to go now. Okay, so I'm going to move the platen back up a little bit more and take this thing off. It's 220, which is causing me all kinds of fun. All right, so we're going to move this platen up a shade. I'm going to keep smashing my head on this thing because I'm smart. Come on, get in the thing. There we go. So, now, which key size was it? I think it was this one. And then I need a straight edge. Okay. So, we're going to loosen. I want to bring it up a little closer because I don't want it. Don't want it going anywhere. Okay. And I also want the platen nice and close because that's where it should be. It should be close to the wheels. It shouldn't be touching, but it should be closer. I gotta come around on this side. Wow, you really don't want to fucking slide, do you? do the top one first. That's awesome. As you turn the screws, the thing tries to walk. That's awesome. Oh, if I drop the Allen key in the water, you're going to see me on the fucking 10 o'clock news. Don't worry about that. No. Stop trying to walk. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Tighten that shit up. Well, with the way the night's going so far, it's got to be fair, right? I don't watch the news, but it's going to have one of those days. It's like, you know what? Let's just go there. Let's just go full on blow up a Burger King or something. Jesus Christ. That's just, it's just when you just lose it. You're just like, that's it. It's done. Mass shooting. Finally going to happen. Everybody's got their breaking point. Like, I paid enough money for this thing. It should goddamn work. These 72 grit belts are unruly as shit, though. All right. On to the aluminum oxide belts. No more cloth back 220 bullshit. I could have skipped the 220. I had a 180 and a 220 over here. I think I might retire those 220s. Those don't seem to be doing shit. So, here is a 320. Aluminum oxide. Nice flat backs. Let's see. How does it sit? Oh, yeah, maybe I should do this first. Oh, wait. Oh, hello. Oh, you are way tighter. Okay. Put that on here. Pull it out. Just a little bit back. It's weird. Their install video is like, there you go. Just a little bit back. Just a little bit. Because you got to give the spring some space to do its job, right? Okay. You're way off. All right. Now, we're only doing the edge on these now, so this shouldn't be any kind of problem. I'm still thinking, where's my ruler? Still think I need to put the ruler here just to make sure this thing doesn't take the fuck off. Where's my knife? There it is. Okay. So I'm only going to start to... Actually, I could probably etch this now and then just sharpen the edge. What do you think? Should we etch it? See if we can get an etch on this thing? Yeah, hell. What the hell? I'm going to switch the camera over. Boop. Okay. So the acid etch is in this thing. Probably sometime over the week while I'm off work. I'm going to put some... I'm going to build some... some rebar cage to put this thing in, because I don't really have it in anything good right now. It's really just leaning up against the stool and some cat litter buckets. going to go get the acid off my hands. Yeah, my thumb still feels awesome, by the way. I just want to mention that. Because if you didn't think I actually burnt myself, I 100% did. There's a lot of burr on the blade edge, but I've only sharpened it to 220, so I don't really care yet. Okay, it's pretty clean. Where's my little hook? There's my little hook. What's OSHA? OSHA has no business here. No, I know what OSHA is. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. I know what they are. I'm being a facetious dick, but they have no business here. This is actually interesting. So where I heat treated, the heat treat went basically up halfway up the handle, and I can see exactly where the heat treat stopped. Because that area is not etching. That is cool. But this is actually pretty cool. This is looking better than I thought it would. Leaving it in here a little longer than I thought I would need to, but I'll bring it over to the camera. Well, that's the idea. That's why I kind of want to do this. So there you go. You can see exactly how far the heat treat went. No camera trickery there. That's actually really cool. That's really kind of neat. That's actually really neat. I actually think that's really cool. So it etches. It's really cool. The acid etches a little different as of like right where my index finger is. I had this completely submerged. I didn't just like half submerge it. That is really cool. I'll bring this up really close here. But you can see the absolute difference between where the heat treat went and where it didn't. Yeah, well, no, I didn't want the handle heat treated. I wanted the handle softer. I didn't even know how far the heat treat was going to go. Yeah, that's what it basically was. I just never thought it would be that pronounced, which is really it's just really cool. I'm really just happy with it. So I didn't want heat treat to follow up there. Yeah, I would want it less up the handle. I'd never really worked with something this thin before, so that's kind of why that's why it got heated. Yeah, again, practice. You know, that's what this is. This is a little screw around piece. You know, messing around with it. But yeah, you know how to get to Carnegie Hall, don't you? Let me get a fresh piece of cloth to wipe this off. I think it's really cool, actually. I think that's a cool look. It's going to get covered uh, by paracord, but I-70. This is really pretty neat. I'm pretty proud of this blade, actually. I'm very proud of this. For being a little... No, I don't need to temper it back. I think it's cool. I mean, a little hardness there in the handle. It's all going to get paracorded over. Like I said, this is just a play toy for me to figure out. And if somebody wants to buy it, awesome. You know, that's even better. So basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the edges. I'm just going to do the edge, get it nice and sharp, and then I'm going to put some paracord on it. So I'm going to make sure this thing doesn't try to run away. Sorry, head full of camera. Oh, well, I guess, you know what? I'm going to leave the grinding off right now because I'm going to just be doing so much switching here. It's not going to make any sense. So I'm just going to do belt after belt after belt. But, so there we go. I mean, this is, well, I'll switch it over so you guys can see it as it goes. But I'm actually pretty happy. I really am pretty happy with it. For my first time trying a lot of the stuff that I'm doing on here, I'm really impressed with it. It's a nice blade. It really is. Uh, yeah, I did it. I did a pretty good grind on this one. But oh, there was a surprise I wanted to tell you, General, which you probably didn't get to hear. So I have on the way from apparently a foreign country somewhere a bevel jig, which will sit on the flat thing, which would normally be here, and can grind me some nice flat bevels. That's the idea. So I will have a new bevel jig. Um, I guess whenever customs allows it. So yeah, that's basically what's going to happen, but it doesn't have a magnet. So that's what I decided to get one. I just decided to order it. 'Cause I'd rather buy something that works than me try to make something. I'm not very I'm not very much of a fabricator. I love to use tools, but yeah, it's, oh no, in this case, once I found the jig online, I'm fine with buying it. It was just I didn't know what I needed yet. So, you know, I was afraid to go running out and buying stuff before I 100% knew, like, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Because the problem was I I really had just fired the thing up. I wasn't really so sure what I was getting into. Yeah, exactly. The jig's going to be great because you can set it to an angle. It's a really nice tool. You'll be able to set here and then adjust the angle, in there. It'll hold the blade in. You can rest it, and you can just grind the bevel real nice. And it's going to be perfect. It's what I needed. But like I said, I really needed to see what I needed first. And once I found this thing online, I was like, yep, that's what I need. That is absolutely what I need. Getting into the soft, squishy belts again. Okay, back to the soft, squishy ones. Yeah, I guess I could. Something to slide it along. Well, I mean, with the way I've seen them work, when you get to the point, you kind of have to drag it away a little bit. So I kind of worry that, like the point, you have to drag it. Yeah, so that's why I don't mind hand doing it, because it'll sit, and I can square up the table here. Yeah, I saw them too. I saw people making them. But these are really nice, and the other thing I really liked about it is it looked like the bottom that would rest on the table is like a nice like white plastic, so it's not going to just like destroy my table as I'm sliding it around. So I thought that was kind of a nice bonus, and kind of look, my theory on life is if it's going to take me X to make a thing, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make it right, and and somebody else can make it and make sure it works and it's going to come out better, I kind of weigh my time and say, oh, this is for the price that I paid for this thing. Honestly, well, my wife paid because it was my birthday present, but for that price, I think it was absolutely worth it than taking my time to try to make something that might not work. I could, yeah, like you said, I could do all that stuff, but for every knife being a little bit different, and having to make adjustments, the way this thing sets up, it's got holes everywhere. You got little spots you can put things on. I think it's going to be absolutely what I need. I have 100% have to move the light over here. Yeah, it's getting sharp. So that was 600. We're going to do 8, 1,000, 15, and 5,000. So oh, excuse me. Oh, that was fun. Now I'm going to have a drink to celebrate that. This way. No, I can open a link. I can open it over here. That's why I keep my phone up, because when you guys put links in the Twitch chat, I can do it. Right. That is exactly like what I ordered. It's very similar to that. It has the bolt system is very, very nice that's in there. And the rigging system that holds everything together, really nice. But like I said, that the bottom on those it's just basically steel. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, it's really nice. It's nice, thick metal. And the big part is that, like I said, the bottom being that really nice plastic is going to slide on there and not destroy my rest. So, you know, it's not going to destroy my tool rest. That's a huge bonus. It's pretty nice. Like, I like it. It's going to be really pretty. It's going to get the job done. That's the big thing. It's going to get the damn job done. Makes curve sharpening easier. Yeah, well, see, that looks like it attaches to a belt grinder, though. Like an actual belt grinder, like the thing, if you can see me down here in this little camera, that's over there that I got rid of. I mean, it might work. I'm sure once I get this thing, and I get the groove of it, I'm probably going to be in a good enough spot to really sharpen everything really nice and get a really uniform edge. It does seem pretty useful for what I have, and the fact that it's going to be so, like, accessible, because it'll be like, oh, I can just put this right on my rest and slide it around, and when I'm done with it, I can lift it off the rest, and I'm good. That's like the big selling point for me, instead of having a big hookup thing. Well, I'm going to see how this thing works. I'm pretty sure if it sets up the bevel, I can set a nice fine edge with it as well to do the sharpening. And the way it seems to work from the videos I saw and all the reviews online, I really think it's going to be, just a treat. So, no, I'm going to get there. I just, the big thing is I just don't want to go crazy right now. Buying a ton of stuff. Because like I said, until I'm sure I need it, I don't want to go buying anything. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot out there. I've been looking at stuff. If I come home and try telling my wife, though, I need tons more stuff. I got a lot more questions to answer, so... This thing's coming out pretty good. That'll be interesting. Add radius in. That could be helpful. Okay. That was 1,000. We're skipping 1,200 because I can. Going right to 5,000 or 1,500, and then we're going to 5,000 because that's all I have. Okay, look at that. Stays right on the thing. That is a very fine edge. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's sexy. Uno Mas, 5,000. Let me take a look at this link before it scrolls up from the chat and I can't get to it. Ugh. What do we got here? Oh, I've seen those guys before. Well, that's just for... Wait. Huh? I've seen those. Those just hold, like, the paper or a stone. How does that work for a grinder? Or you just mean... Right, yeah, I've seen those. I think that's basically what the thing I ordered is. Right, I think it's basically the same thing. I can set it up, and it's the one I ordered was like you said, a nicer version of the jury rigged looking one that was there. The rusty angle iron and hinges. That's basically what I ordered, just a little nicer. That's all. $5,000. If I get there, yeah, I probably will. I got a ways to go. I got a lot of stuff to learn. I used to like sharpening with stones. Then I got a grinder and I was like, screw that noise. There we go. That is all done. It's a little stout, but it should still cuts. Still slices really nice. But I made it a little stout because it's obviously going to be just like a, more of a pocket knife. It's not a chef's knife. So. Yeah, exactly. But this thing, once it does the 5,000, I don't need to even go to the stones anymore with this thing. All right, so that's done. Let's switch the camera back over. Boop. Look at that. I love that little thing. All right, let's take this off. And now I'm going to go find some paracord. Yeah, I wish I had that kind of space, time, and or money. I mean, I have time right now. I'm actually on a bit of a abbreviated well, not abbreviated, but I'm on vacation thanks to the virus. So the state of Pennsylvania and the state of New Jersey have shut down, and basically all non-essential personnel do not come in. They told you to shut. They told everybody to shut down their business. So they don't want people. If you're not an essential business, shut your shit down. So basically, they said, go home. You're on vacation. Bye. So I did. I didn't argue. Because I'm not stupid. All right, what are we thinking here? Some OD green? I got kind of a camo. What do they call this one? I don't really have a color name on it. Or I got my desert camo. No, I need something... Black is too much. I think I should go OD green on this one. I'm feeling OD green. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do OD green. Need some scissors to cut off this annoying piece of cable tie, and then cut off whatever I need. I have my shitty scissors. Maybe they'll work. Probably. Oh, you know what? Let me grab a pair of diagonals. That'll work. Oh, diagonals. There they are. Okay, perfect. How do diagonals cut paracord? That's a good question. Never really tried. I got scissors over here, though. They suck for anything else, but they'll probably cut paracord. All right, let's find a chair. Let's pull up a chair here. Put my art project on the ground. Pull up a chair. Oh, shit, I can't pull up that chair. That's holding up the acid. Let's use the propane chair. I can put that on the ground. Well, the flat gets done very easily from just the magnet. So that's been helping. Just having the bitchin' magnet and the flat platen. I mean, yeah, I could square it up to 90, but I actually like the way it runs. It looks when it runs along the grain this way. So running along the grain that way was actually pretty nice. So, all right, let's take off. Well, I think this green's going to be nice. You know what? No, you know what? I'm going to go with the desert one. Yeah, the magnet's bitching, man. That thing. And I like to grind it that way because I feel like I get a flatter front because I'm just grinding it. Why do I have some of these cutoffs? What the hell? Because I feel like I have like it's just running right along the whole thing. So I'm only needing to really, I'm not having to adjust, I guess, because if you grind the bevel the way we're talking about, it's really not. You're not going to have much of a problem. Sorry, I'm trying to cut what's this piece of paracord off with a loose razor blade. Glad you guys can't see some of the dumb shit I do off camera over here. But so let me explain what I'm trying to say. As I'm grinding down the blade, like if I was grinding this and I was trying to grind it flat, as I try to go down, even at 90 degrees, like even if I have it all held in square, as I grind down here, I may hit a deep spot. So the issue that I have is then I may get unless I'm dead perfect or I make a runner, but even then you can't because then you have to slide it forward or back. I feel like I get like I would get a deep spot in areas. But when I go here and the platen is grinding this whole width at one time, I can hold it on there and that gives me a flat thing that whole length of the platen. So I only, so boom, I get that whole thing. This whole area is flat. There's no, you know what I mean? That whole area, it's as flat as this piece of steel. So I don't have to worry about, whether or not I'm sliding along here evenly, because I don't have that good of a hand with this yet, especially. So, this is the biggest one they make, and I'm not probably, I mean, if I made bigger things, I'd have to go that way. But I'm not really worried about making bigger stuff. I mean, my chef's knives are usually this long, maybe a little longer, but I can go up and down a little bit. But even just going up and down, if I do, once I go up and down, that still is grinding on much more of a surface at one time. And that takes way more of the error away from me, which there's plenty of chance of. So, where did I put those damn scissors? I need that lighter. Where's the scissors? Oh, here they are. On the art project. Okay. All right, now I have no idea what I'm doing. So, I'm just going to try to wrap some shit around here. Play with this until I get something I really like. So, let's get a longish piece. I don't know how much I need. That's probably way more than I need. So let's use that. So I'm just going to kind of weave this through back and forth. So I'm just going to chat and do this. So I'm just probably going to embarrass myself here while I pretend I can do paracord wraps. I'm just kind of making up a weave here, so I'm just trying something out. But, you know, again, it's fun to experiment. It's fun to do this stuff. Hell, who knows? Maybe this will turn again. I like paracord. It's fun. I just like messing around and making stuff. I think that this was a good pick. You dummy. Okay, you got to remember which way you're doing this here. So this, back and forth. Okay. I think the desert camo style was a much better color pick here. Yeah, it's nice. Well, and since I blacked the blade, you know, that kind of makes it pop out a little bit more. When I got the dark green, I was like, you know, it looks nice. It's a nice OD, but I made the handle on this thing like a little small. But I think it's kind of cool as a pocket knife. Yeah, the desert camo, the coyote does look good. I was always an OD green fan. I mean, probably because my dad was in Vietnam, but you know, and everything was OD green. Oh man, what am I doing? I'm making up this pattern as I go, and I'm not even doing a good job. I'm like skipping and not using the other one. I gotta like pay attention here. I'm trying to talk and weave at the same time, and in all fairness, I'm not even good at like talking. Well, I used to like Battleship Gray until I started working in a Navy yard, and then you kind of get tired of it. Okay. There, I think that's pretty centered there. Gotta remember how to do one of these patterns here. Because I have to kind of change patterns here because I got a little section of like the middle of this that needs to be done. I like brushing this thing with my beard. Sorry. Actually, I can probably put the audio back where it belongs and take off my plugs because I don't need them anymore. Oh God, that feels better. Bit of a relief there. All right, now, how do? Okay, so, throw this over. Oh man, and then we'll go up. Throw the left one up underneath. I'm making this up again as I go. We do that. Then we go. Oh my god, I forgot what I did already. Okay. So that will be this over. Yeah, and then the left. Okay, I got this. So it's going to be the left over the right, and then bring the left up under. Okay. Left over right. I only have to make this up as I go. I'll bring this up to the camera in a moment here. It's kind of weird because it's like right in the middle of the handle. I probably should have filed all the way through. Okay. Now, actually, undo those last ones. So, I hope if you're out there watching, anybody else out there, if you haven't chatted, if you're just hanging around and lurking, I hope you're having a good evening. I hope you're safe right now. I know there's a lot going on with the virus and all that good stuff. So I hope everybody's doing well. If you're watching on Twitch, please feel free to say hello. Drop a line in the chat. If you are hanging out on Facebook also, please feel free to say hello. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, I'm going to be bringing it up to the camera in just a moment. I am currently doing the paracord wrap for the little tiny project knife I was making. And it's, by saying tiny, it's tiny. It's a little guy. So it's not very big, but it was just a fun little, day and a half project messing around. And I thought it deserved a paracord wrap, so I'm doing one. But I hope you guys are all having a good night. I really do hope everybody's staying safe out there. No joke, serious time. Really, I hope everybody is staying safe and being careful and taking care of themselves. So please do so. I don't know how I'm going to tie this thing off, but we're going to try. Am I doing this the right way? I don't know how I did this last time. This is the fun of making up a pattern as you go. As you make up a pattern, it's let me bring this up to the camera real quick, show you guys what we got going on here. So this is the little wrap on the little knife. So there's a hole through the tang, which you might be able to see there in that piece. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself the camera here. You can see the little hole there on the bottom of the tang. So there's 2 holes through the tang. I don't know why I didn't just put one long hole through the tang. That would have been kind of cool and probably kind of smart, but I'm not smart. So, oops, what did I do? So yeah, if you guys have questions, please feel free. Let me know. If you're new to the channel, definitely please say hello, because I love getting to hear from you guys. I love finding out what brought you here, or if you're coming back, definitely say hello. This is the nice relaxing part of the stream. You guys missed the chaos earlier, trust me. If you came here to watch me explode, you missed that part. Thinking of melting this a little bit to make it easier to put through these holes, but it seems to be cooperating. One more time, maybe? I can shove this last little guy through here. Oh, it's going to be tough. Squeeze this up there. There we go. So, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I can get one more in here, just for kicks. Oh man. Oh, I don't know. Oh man. You know what? I can get one more in. We can do one more. Balance this out. We got this. Who's with me? We got this. There you go. Hold that baby right back. Threading an even sharper needle. Nope, wait. There we go. Now I'm going to tie a little knot. And melt it. My least favorite part of paracord. So we'll show this off here before I cut it. So there we go. That's what we came up with. 3 little wraps in the middle because the 2 holes didn't go all the way through. But honestly, I like it. It's a cool little survival guy. I kind of like this thing. I wasn't sure how happy I was going to be with this, considering that, you know, I didn't like spend a ton of time on it. But yeah, I like it. The diagonals work pretty good for this. Okay, Magic Fire, do your job. Actually, I need those scissors. It's Jake from State Farm. It's Jake from State Farm. This lighter sucks. How? There's tons of fuel in here. So there you go, folks. Completed little project. So many head hazards. There we go. One little guy, blued steel blade, well, etched black, and done. Just a little tiny survival guy, nothing big. Just kind of fits in your hand. Legal blade size, but there we go. That's what we got. So thank you guys for hanging in. If you're out there watching, thank you so much for hanging in. There's probably going to be a lot more streams coming up over the next few days because, again, I don't have work. So if you have Instagram and you'd like to follow me, I'm going to be posting finished pictures of most of the work there. So do check it out at In Your Head Forge. That's going to be my Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, check it out here. Make sure you're hopping back in, follow here on Facebook, and do check it out, guys. Hopefully I'll be bringing a lot more cool stuff to you soon. There's going to be a good week of work coming up since I'm not at work. So I'm going to be getting some cool stuff out to you guys. So thanks again for hanging in, guys. I really appreciate it all. And I will see you guys again real soon. Take care.